Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name is Jamie Williams. Joining me as usual in the studio is my co-host Jonathan Sullivan.
Hello, Jamie.
Hi, Jonathan. Well, Jonathan, we've got a cracking night tonight, really, because we've got an interview with Dusk Till Dawn.
That's right.
And that's Steve McDonald and Rob Brelsforth. I can never say his name. Brelsforth.
That's the one.
That's the one, yep.
Yeah.
And they'll be coming on in about 5 or 10 minutes' time. We'll be talking to them. And then we have our special guests for the night, which was Louise and Louis.
Yeah.
That's going to be a mouthful for me, that, isn't it? Talking about.
You're going to get that wrong.
And they'll be doing 2 mini investing with you, wasn't it? Where were they again?
Right. So we went into the little cellar or the other side, and then we went up to the classroom.
And they'll be on a little bit later on in the show, won't they?
Don't miss them.
No, certainly
That's all
not.
I'm going to say.
And just for the listeners, please put your headphones on because again, they are in binaural or 3D sound. If you put them on, you'll feel as if you're in the room with them. So that's another one to look forward to, isn't it?
It is. Certainly is.
Now, let's get on to our YouTube stuff.
YouTube.
Are you dreading it or have you been watching it?
What YouTube?
YouTube. You caught me out then, actually.
Hey, got you.
Well, I've been watching some.
Have you?
Yeah. I've been trying to watch and catch up with Haunted Scouse.
Right, yeah.
Because they're coming in a couple of weeks' time.
I know, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Of those.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I've been watching the Walton Hall one, and I'm just getting into that again. But then I went off on a tangent. You know what I'm like. I was watching that, and then it stopped. And I went, oh, what's that one there? So I thought, I'll have a look what that is, you know.
Yeah.
So I had a look at them videos, and I just go off on tangents and look for things.
Yeah.
Do you know the worst thing is?
Go on.
I can't remember the names of them because I was thinking to myself, I'll remember that. And we'll talk about it. I'll remember that. We'll talk about it. And I forgot them.
I know. It's always the same. Oh, yeah.
I should have a notepad.
Thanks for the shout-outs on the page as well, lads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And, that's Haunted Scouse. We can't wait to meet them. Looking forward to them. I think they're like the mirror of us, but better looking.
We'll see, eh? We'll see.
I'm sure they are. You've seen us. We definitely have got faces for radio, haven't we?
Yeah.
Great show last week with James Anthony in the studio.
It was different, wasn't it?
It was, because it was a full show. It was a good chat.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, so we've got that coming up.
Yeah.
And next week we've got them. Go on.
We have next week. We have got Lynn Murphy's coming in.
No, we haven't. That's the week after.
That's the week after. Next week, we've got.
I like to let him panic.
I know.
I'm not worrying about it.
Who is it?
Slim Murphy. It is. It's Russ Kellett, ufologist, and Lynn Murphy coming all the way from Wales to speak to us.
How interesting was he, though, Jamie?
He was brilliant.
It's really, really good. A show not to miss.
No, definitely not. And you know why? Because John hardly gets a word in. That's the best part about it.
Guess what?
What?
I think I got more than you.
I think you did. But he was brilliant. He was very passionate at what he said.
Oh, God, yeah.
And, that's what it's about. And it's our first, very, very first stories on the UFOs.
I know.
And what a way to start.
Wasn't it just?
Yeah.
Wasn't it just?
And he was that good. Even Lynn didn't get a word in till near the end.
And anyone who knows Lynn Murphy knows that's a miracle in itself.
It is, isn't it? But going back to YouTube, there seems to be a lot more paranormal groups going on there. I was watching recently and having a look at. Nice to see Retford Paranormal.
Oh, and now I've seen them pop up.
Yeah.
But the usual ones that I watch, haven't been putting anything else.
Paranormies, not put anything up. I was a bit I keep having a look at the Paranormies to check.
There's a couple that have not been putting videos out for some reason. I don't know whether it's a quiet time or.
But it also could be that they're doing something behind the scenes which is going to surprise us all.
It could be.
Because I mean, look what's up with Dark Territory.
I know.
You know, the stuff they've done, and it's I know, nor can I.
Season 2.
I went on to, is it Vivo? they're on?
No, it is.
He's going to kill me for forgetting this, because...
Yeah. No, it's on the tip of my tongue because others use it.
Well, whatever it's on, it's on.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Just
I'll mention it.
just go onto Facebook and join Dark Territory.
Yeah, brilliant.
And you'll find out where it's from. He's going to kill me, but he was laughing. He made a video once, and he put it on his YouTube channel to say that his videos have gone down for the time being.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is he said, and Jamie's show, then again, Jamie can't even remember it. So thanks for that, Sean Kennett.
Yeah.
And you've got Dark Arts here. They've gone over to Croatia.
Yes, he's in Croatia at the minute, isn't he?
Have you seen some of the photographs Carl's put up?
I've seen some of the photos.
Yeah.
I've not watched any of the videos yet, unfortunately.
I'm not saying I'm jealous.
I know.
But
Looks
I am.
really does look good.
Yeah. But
He does get around.
Yeah, but good luck to him.
Yeah, why not?
Great.
Yeah,
they look brilliant. I've not had a chance to see them neither.
No.
Yeah, I've had my sons down over the weekend, so I've not been able to put my feet up. And I'm not going to complain because I love seeing my sons.
Yeah.
So I can't complain at that.
My
So that's my excuse to the listeners out there. I'm sorry.
Back to school, so that's my excuse.
Well, you should be able to watch them.
Back to no lions.
Oh, tough.
I know.
I'm up every morning at 6 o'clock.
It's sad.
No, it's not.
It is.
I'm glad.
I'm not.
So, when you've done your, let's come in before we go on to what's the name? You've invests. We had Louise and Louis in.
Yeah.
And they had never ever been on a paranormal investigation ever on their own.
I know.
These ones what you recorded were the first time they'd ever done one.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. When you listen to them, we picked up quite a few things. So, I don't want to say too much, but listen to near the end of the small cellar invest.
Oh, right.
And you'll hear Louise's reaction.
Yeah.
And we picked quite a few bits up in the classroom as well, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So that was all good.
Mm.
But, I mean, if anyone hears anything,
let us know.
In that, just let us know. And you can email us on info.accessparanormal@gmail.com. Or you can get us on Facebook or Instagram at Access Paranormal Radio Podcast. You can also use a phone call or a message on 07828 201 056.
Say that again. I'm only kidding. I could see you like looking at it and thinking, should I or shouldn't I?
No.
No. Well, I thought no. In a couple of minutes we'll be going over to not dark territory, dusk till dawn. That was a good interview with them. Sorry?
They were lovely lads, them too.
They were brilliant. Yeah, really, really nice people. Never been to Mill Street Barracks before.
No, they hadn't, had they?
And it was the end of their investigation when they came up, so they took the time out before they went home to come into the studio.
Yeah, she was really nice of them.
Oh, they were brilliant, really genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
Steve and Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, and do you know what? They've done a good night actually. I took them on a little bit of a tour of the building.
Yeah, you done the tour, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then the invited us down into the cellar just to
that was really good.
Little bit of the invest,
yeah.
and what they were doing, and the reactions they were getting. Really, really good.
Yeah, and we had Louise and Louis with us, and they were surprised at what they were getting as well. And sadly, we didn't actually record it for the show, did we?
No,
all we did was record the video, the audio.
Yeah.
And we'll, do you know what? What we'll do is we'll tell the listeners about it afterwards, about what happened.
Yeah, definitely,
because it was
interesting.
It doesn't usually take long. It takes a lot for us to be surprised, and we were surprised what happened on the floor. Didn't it? Anyway, let's not waffle on. Let's get over to the interview I did with Rob and Steve.
Yeah.
And this is Dusk Till Dawn. So joining us in the studio now is Dusk Till Dawn events, and we've got Steve McDonald,
Oh yeah, hello.
and we've also got Rob
Hello.
Brelsforth. Is it Brelsforth?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I got it right. Straight away, yeah. Now I've got to ask you first. You are a company,
Yes, we are.
and you've got how many staff are there in Dusk Till Dawn?
So the company itself is it's quite an intimate little company, although it's been going for many years. There's about seven
Of us.
7 of us, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
7 members of staff. Roughly about that.
And you're all from all different parts of the country, or
Yes, so the majority of us live in Birmingham, in the West Midlands. Some lived closer to London, and we've got a
We've
host.
got Jordan, Leeds, Cheryl, Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes.
And is in, what's it called?
Cannock.
So yeah, we are
oh right,
spread out.
Chase.
But the majority of us are all based in Birmingham, so we can all sort of travel together. And so yeah, we are friends outside of it as well.
You definitely haven't got a Birmingham accent.
No. So I'm from Scotland originally, but I have been in Birmingham for about 18 years now.
Wow,
A long time.
but you've still got a strong Scottish accent.
It's softened, I believe.
Yeah. You've got a little bit of an accent.
Slightly, but I've grown up in Birmingham my whole life, so that's probably why.
Right, and I've got to ask. I mean, I don't know the other staff. I'd like to meet them. That would be nice when next time they come. It'd be great to have all the staff here. To be honest with you, what made you come into the paranormal? I'll go with you first, Steve.
Okay, so I started to be interested in the paranormal from pretty much a very young age. I had a very profound experience when I was about 16, 17. I don't know if I was sleeping. I can't really explain the situation. What had happened was I was living with my parents at the time. My brother and my sister were living with us at the same time. Of course, they're younger than I. And I woke up and there was a girl crying at the end of my bed. And I thought it was my sister. And I'm saying, Susan, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I've put on a light and there's no one there. It's creeped me out, and I've went, Mum. So from that point forward, I started then looking into the paranormal. Is there things out there that we just can't explain? Is there life after death? I spoke to a psychic after that, actually, and explained the situation. And they said to me that sometimes when a spirit or when someone passes away, they don't know they've passed away. They're going to someone to figure that out. From there, I started hunting in Scotland. So, I mean, I've done quite a few hunts in Edinburgh, been to a few places in the borders of Scotland, in Dumfries and Galloway. And so, yeah, I don't know, it's just from a young age. That's when I started. Just from that one instance, I'm like, I need to know what's out there.
It's funny that we all have experiences when we're at a young age, myself as well, and other people who've been in the studio. And I love asking the question because I love trying to understand how you got into it.
Yeah.
And every single one of us are from a young age, and you're going to say the same, aren't you, Rob?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So yeah, I first got interested when my nan and granddad would tell us the stories about the weird things that happened in the house. About my nan was psychic; she could hear and see things. So one of the stories she told me was about she could hear nuns in the living room singing as she was trying to sleep, because she had MS, so she'd sleep on the sofa downstairs, and she could hear them. So she'd tell them, like, "Can you shush?" But when the house that I grew up in, when I was born, it was supposedly a burial ground where this lady had died, and the allotments at the back, she'd been killed there, unfortunately. And after saying to my mum many times, like, there's me, my brother, and then my sister, and then my other brother, we're all like, this house is haunted, and she's like, no, it's not. And then years later, when we actually moved just a bit further down the sort of cul-de-sac, my mum was like, yeah, it was haunted, there was things happening, because there'd be doors flying. And there's actually a story of my mum, she thought she was dreaming, but what it was, she was downstairs, she went upstairs to sleep, slept in bed, and woke up, and she was actually almost touching the ceiling, but she'd got the quilt around her still. And she said she just got put down on the floor. She thought, did she fall out of bed? So she ran downstairs to my dad and said, like, did you hear me fall out of bed? And he was like, no. But it's that sort of interest of me, like, getting it from my nan and granddad's house, and my house that I lived in, of the weird things. I mean, I believe when my mum was younger, she did a Ouija board at school, and ever since then, I believe something has sort of followed my mum round. So she said that when she was younger, she had a blue cross appear on the wall after this Ouija board session that she did at school, and she used to have heavy breathing. It used to wake her up of a night time. So my granddad was like annoyed the fact that she kept waking them up during the night. So my granddad slept in the room, and it happened to him as well. So it's been since I was younger, basically, that I've been interested. And then, hey ho, I had a chance because one of the hosts worked with my mum, and then I came on, did a ghost hunt, and then I got hooked, basically. But it's that interest.
And you've done it ever since?
Yeah, so I've been working for the company for about 6.5 years. And it started.
You've been with Dusk Till Dawn for 6.5 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Fantastic. And yourself?
I think it's coming up to now four years now with Dusk Till Dawn. So very similar to Rob. When I moved to Birmingham, I didn't really do much in terms of paranormal. I had a few paranormal experiences, and I just randomly booked a ghost hunt with the company as a Christmas present for myself and for my friends, and then from that point forward I just applied for a job, and here I am hosting.
Well, you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
So is this your full-time job?
No. So my full-time job is I'm a nurse, and I work in a children's hospital, and I have been for the last 12 months. Yeah, so that's what I do outside of paranormal.
Yeah, and I'm a chef. I cook for Rolls-Royce people. In the factory, basically. So that's what I do as a job. But this is our sort of weekend job. And we thoroughly enjoy it. We've done it sort of more or less week in, week out, but obviously the pandemic has took a bit of a hit, so we've had a bit of break.
It's a shame because the pandemic took its toll on everyone.
Sorry
about the little bit of a noise earlier on. I had to get myself a drink.
That's okay.
I know I got Steve on. I was going to get you on. You said no.
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm all right.
So I'm sorry about that little bit of noise. Now, you both do it every single week. Have you still got the it sounds an awful thing to say, but have you still got the passion you had from day one to today?
For me, it's just never disappeared, and I think that because we are doing it week in, week out, minus the pandemic, of course, but always something new happens on these events that we come on, and there's always something that keeps my interest. I'm always seeking that more evidence and more activity. I just can't get enough of it. I think that's the thing for me is during the week I sometimes eat, sleep and breathe paranormal sometimes, and I'm looking at trying to get the new
we all
kit.
do.
I don't think it
where
leaves
you're playing the games on the computer, ghost hunting.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a bit mad on the paranormal stuff and that, but I try and curb it. But it's funny, when I'm going to work, because I do this radio show, I'm on the way to work and I'm going, hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. Now I've got these guests coming on this week. Hello, welcome. And I'm doing the whole show on the way to work, and sometimes I'm doing it on the way back, especially near the weekend when I'm what's the name of it, and then I'm thinking I can't wait to meet the groups, wait to meet the like yourselves. I've never met Dusk Till Dawn before, and it's great. I think you two are really good people. The way you came across, just so people know, you came to Mill Street Barracks tonight. You've done an investigation. You've had members of the public in, and I sneaked in and I was watching you, and you introduced all the equipment you had. I thought it was brilliant the way you done it,
and it's important that we do that for our guests. And the night isn't really about us, although we are Dusk Till Dawn events. It's about our guests. We want them to come back, and we want them to have a lot of experiences. And my favourite guests are the ones that have never done a ghost hunt before, really, because
we call them fresh meat.
Indeed, the fresh pickings, really. We want them to have a really profound experience. Even just last night at one of our other locations we had quite a few new investigators and a few guests, and they went away with some experience they just could not explain. It was a cracking old night, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a lot of, as Steve said, newbies, so they were very open-minded. Some people that were skeptics, some people were a bit on the fence, but they went away experiencing things that they couldn't explain, which is obviously good, because we're not here to change the world, but yeah, if there's experiences and things happening around us and we can't explain, that's what we enjoy, that's what we're there for. And with the passion of ghost hunting, I find that there's never any time to sort of be disappointed or lose that fire that you've got, because there's always something else happening, or you'll go to a location and think, it wasn't very good last time, or there wasn't a lot of activity. However, the next time you go, it might be different. It depends on the guests, the energy. And like tonight, we were so excited about coming here because we'd never been here. It's a fresh place for us.
I can't believe you've never been here.
No.
I think we've been here in the past,
as a
company, but we've never been here personally. So we were like, God, it's going to be amazing. Like, we don't have a clue what we're going to. So, in fact, some guests had been here tonight, and we've never been. So we were sort of exploring and sort of excited to find out what was here, and it's been good tonight.
It's been an absolutely amazing night tonight. And as Robin mentioned, with our guests and our newbies, we do get a lot of returning guests, and that's what we're looking for. We, tonight we had a returning guest. They'd been to another location that we do, and they were back with us again. And so,
well, that's a compliment to the actual company as well as yourselves.
Of course. Tonight, as Robin mentioned, we were so excited about being here. I have not been disappointed with Mill Street Barracks at all.
And in fact, I'm excited about coming back.
Yeah, I am.
When we return, just to see what else we can get, because we've had the taps, the voices, the
cat balls,
the cat balls going off, the cold spots, people touched.
Could see people, seen shadow people as well. Orbs have been caught. What else has been happening?
We had the table going on, the table tipping. We've had the Ouija board and the writing planchette going. So it has been sort of a very full-on night. We've not had time to be sort of bored or disappointed, because it's just been constant, and things have drawn our attention. So we could hear breathing, so we went towards that and moved into that room, and sensors were being set off, and then we went to another room because we could hear noises in there. So it's just been, we've been trying to investigate and looking and going to the places where we could hear things, and it's a massive place. So it's very good.
Well, it's funny because when I first met you, when you first came, you didn't realise how big the building was.
No.
And I took you on a tour.
Yeah.
And that's why I said to you, and you said, well, now I'll be all right. And I went, that all you want?
Yeah.
And sometimes I can talk about this place for a long time, but I'm very conscious about, you've got a ghost hunt to do.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of the people, I'm thinking, I better get these round quicker, and that's my own self-conscious. But it was great because when we were taking them round, you were saying, can we do a call out here?
Yeah.
And that, I really enjoyed that, because I've never seen that done, where you say, can we do a call out? You don't have to ask. But it was great to see that happening. I know that was one stage I went in the other room to do something while you were doing that. I think you were doing your protection thing.
Yeah.
So I moved out of the way there, because I don't personally have a protection on. That's my own personal thing.
Yeah, of course.
But it was nice to see that. So I moved out the way, and then I came back. And to go into that room where you were, the classroom, knowing that you were getting experience, and I think I frightened a couple of people when you opened the door.
Yeah, me especially.
Was it?
Yeah.
You knew I went out, and then
I know. I didn't expect you to open the door. I think that's what's quite nice about when we do our events, and if we've got a chance to maybe do a group vigil with everyone. And tonight was quite an intimate little group.
Yeah.
There wasn't a great deal of guests on, which was brilliant. And it's starting the night off the way we want it to continue. So we want people to start calling out, get those nerves out the way, because it can be nervous for them to stand in the dark and ask for something to happen. It can be frightening.
Well, we're all mad enough to sit in the dark and talk and call out for something that we can't see.
Yeah.
And the other thing I always say is, that our children, I know mine are grown up now, when they get our photographs, what do they only get? Empty buildings. A chair in the middle of the floor, picture of a wall, picture of pictures of Ouija boards, and they're going to think, my dad must have been a crackpot.
My son's probably going to think that if he looks in the back of my car, but he's only 2.5 at the moment. So,
well, if you look in the back of my car, I've got like 8 Ouija boards, and tables and loads of different equipment.
It's because
imagine if you got stopped by the police.
I know.
What have you got in the
Can
booty
imagine.
car, sir? But I mean, it's great because it's not, and pardon the pun, but it's not died off even through the pandemic. You thought that's it, and sadly some groups did fall, and it's sad to hear that. But it's nice to know that the likes of Dusk Till Dawn and others are still there.
Yeah.
And it's nice now that people have got something to go to. And I don't know whether you've noticed, a lot more people are trying to get on the investigations.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's, and we've got really the owners of the company to really thank for this, because they really took it quite. They took a hard hit during the pandemic, like most companies did. And Jessica and Nathan, the owners of the business, they understood that they had a passion for it, but we also equally had a passion for the paranormal, and so did their guests. They're loyal and committed guests that come along to these events, and our new ones as well. So as much as it's been difficult for them, they're now dragging themselves back out of it. We're getting back in. We're seeing like increased numbers in guests each week, and people are actually getting. And I think people are just so glad to get back out, get back into doing something that they've probably been missing for quite a long time.
They're getting out of lockdown to be locked down in a dark room.
Yeah,
going off with ghosts. Isn't it ironic?
It's very much so.
But the thing is, they're getting out. They're meeting other people. And that's, I mean, I've said this before. Humans are made to interact, and what a way to do the interaction is through ghost hunts.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people, when they were in lockdown as well, I don't know whether you'd agree with this, is they've gone on YouTube and they've been watching the paranormal stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. There's a lot more out on YouTube. We watch it. We watch it for this.
We also did as
get out.
a company as well to keep the interest and
of course
to keep the guests. So as you mentioned earlier about doing your radio to audiences at home, so that people that can't get out can listen. We did lives at different locations to sort of still show and give interest, and also do ghost hunts to our customers and guests and other people, just to keep the interest and give them sort of a ghost hunt at home, rather than everyone being sort of trapped inside, obviously with the lockdown. And we've done that for months, and it was successful.
Yeah, it was really good. And even as Rob had said, I feel like every day in my life I'm doing something paranormal. It doesn't matter what I'm doing; it could never escape me. Generally, I play a lot of computer games, and I play things like Phasmophobia, and we were streaming those live, and it's a cracking little game because you become a ghost hunter. You go in with your K2, you go in with your Ouija board, you go in and try and figure out where the ghost is, what the kind of ghost, what kind of ghost we're dealing with, and try and escape it. And we kind of just try to keep the interest of everyone and the guests and those who follow like Dusk Till Dawn events page just a bit more interested, so that when we could get back out, they were like, right, let's book a ticket, let's get back out there. Let's go talk to the ghost.
This.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I missed the name of the owners. Then Nathan and
Jessica.
They've done an incredible job. And when you think about it, people are now coming back. They want that, because I thought, will it go by the way? Is this the time now? Paranormal investigations will drop completely. Will it die off?
Yeah.
Will it not exist anymore? But it's come back even stronger.
Yeah.
Mill Street Barracks is fully booked right the way through now until the new year.
I'm not surprised though with like the activity that we've had tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised with how big the location is, how good the location is. I'm not surprised, to be honest. It's one to be recommended, guys, just to let you know.
I know this is going to sound stupid as well. Well, it's not stupid really, because I think spirits have got feelings.
Oh, of course.
And I think through the pandemic, now I've been lucky and privileged enough to be here every single week. One, because I'm on the committee and I have to come and check the building and things like that. So I've been privileged enough to come in here. I'm privileged enough that we've got my radio show in here. So we've been in here all the way through, and the activity has gone up and up and up while it was the pandemic was on. And it's got better. I've found now that groups are getting it more as well.
Yeah.
Now, is it because, if you think about it, we've been in lockdown, and these people are here all the time. Possibly, I don't know. They could go and visit people and that.
Yeah.
But because people are coming into the building, they go, at last, there's somebody here.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that, and I believe it with any location, even before lockdown, if a building's rested for quite a while, the spirits that are there obviously want to interact with you. So I believe that they're just like me and you and Steve, and they're people, they want to interact with us. But if you get some people that are in here constantly asking, can you make a noise, can you do this, they're going to eventually feel like, oh God, another people, some more people.
Oh, we are then.
Yeah. So over lockdown, when they've had a rest and they've not seen anyone, they're going to be like, oh my God, people. So I've noticed since coming back from lockdown that the events are quite like, they're very active at the moment. They are active. Every event that I've been to, there's been something.
Of course.
There's been activity, all different things happening. But we find that sometimes, if it's been constant, it does dip. Also Halloween as well. Halloween's quite a good, it seems like the lining or
the veil between the living and the dead starts to thin, and the spirits are really wanting to come in and communicate with us as well. And as Rob said, I wholeheartedly agree that since coming back from lockdown, the activity has just
skyrocketed.
It's peaking.
Well, if you think about it, we'll talk about the pandemic. If you think about it, it's affected us.
Of course.
It's affected nature. Because I don't know whether you've seen the videos of dolphins in Venice.
Yes.
You know, so everything changed. So if it's changed for the wildlife, if it's changed for us,
and even wildlife Earth as well.
And what? Sorry,
the Earth with the sea getting clearer because the pollution.
Exactly. So if you think of all that, it must affect the paranormal. It must affect the spirits because we're all connected to the earth. So it's incredible how it's affected everyone. Some for the better with the wildlife and like you said, the planet. But sadly, not everything. You know, people were passing away from it, and that. So it's affected everything in every way, including it. Now, I mean, we've been here. The activity we've had in here when nobody's been here has been incredible. I wished we'd have had, and we thought about it one time, was having CCTV cameras in the building and opening it up so people could watch the building and say, tell us if you see anything. We didn't. Because the internet here is not as brilliant as it should be. That's being rectified as we go along. But what great fun that would have been.
That would have been great. That would have been But do you know what? Actually, I think just now that we can get back out and we can get people back onto these events is just as good. Sometimes
it's good to just have human contact, be able to speak to people,
You're right,
get out there and explore a building and breathe fresh air in, and it's just brilliant that we can actually get out and do things again. So I think it's just brilliant.
And I tell you, the pandemic has been difficult. I agree, and during the pandemic, it was just fully go for myself.
You just played games.
I work in a hospital, so I was dealing with a lot of COVID patients. However, I find this job an absolute release, and I can imagine it's only like that for our guests. You know, it breaks up the mundane, everyday life, and again, I thank Jessica and I thank Nathan for they've got a successful company. They've been going for many years now, and it's just been nice, and it's just great to be part of their team, really.
And it's also like a family, isn't it? Really,
we're
all really close.
Like a family. Yeah.
We're all really close as a team.
Let's talk about that as well. You're like a family. What was it like? In lockdown, you obviously couldn't meet each other.
Yeah.
Did you stay in touch right the way through it? Because do you two work together all the time?
No. So we do get given events, so we could be with anybody really that's on the team, but during the pandemic we actually had Zoom meetings, so we would talk to each other on there. We'd also have like group chats and keep in touch through that way. We've actually got a group chat that every single one of us as hosts and the owners are on, so we constantly sharing stuff, having a laugh with each other, so it is literally like a little family.
It is.
And we're all very close. We also go outside of Dusk Till Dawn events and see each other outside of work. We've been to meals together. We've been to escape rooms.
Right.
We've been to scare attractions together. We've been to loads of places. So it is like a nice close-knitted family.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, my group's the same. I won't name it because it's your night. But we do that. We go out for meals together. We've actually just come back we had a meal last week together, and it was fantastic to see people again. It's to get that back together. It's great over Zoom and everything else, but it's just not the same, is it?
No.
And I can tell that you're passionate over it anyway, because well, especially you play the games as well.
Never escape it.
And even Nathan does as well, which is the owner.
Yeah, me and Nathan, the owner, play a lot of games together.
Oh dear!
But I think that's what keeps me with Dusk Till Dawn. It's just that, as you say, Rob. It's very much this family feeling, and it's very personal, and we get on with each other like a house on fire, really. And you feel,
I know. I can't wait for the this year. Hopefully, I think it's happening, the Christmas get together. So we all meet up.
Love them.
It's the one time in the year that we've got no events going on, so we get to meet up on that one day, have a nice party in a nice hotel, and then. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. It's good bonding as well.
Yeah,
you get to know each other, so it's great. You're meeting up with your mates as well and doing something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't see certain hosts that live so far. So, for example, Cheryl lives in Milton Keynes, so it could be a while since we see her, because we all get sort of randomly put on events. Because obviously we have to make sure we're free, but Jess is very fair with all of that. But so. That one time in the year when we can all get together, all have a nice drink and a party, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
And do you like at the parties, you all get to know each other really well then, and you keep in touch, or do you just say, you live in the Milton Keynes, see you soon?
No, I think we all know each other, to the point where we know our problems and everything. I think everyone is that sort of close knit. Everyone looks out for each other. If someone can't do an event, someone will help stand in, or because we're like that. Jess is very fair, so we are fair to her, and
that's what it's about.
Of course it is, and I think because we are quite there's only about seven hosts in the company at the moment. We are just so close. Like, Cheryl lives in Milton Keynes, but I speak to Cheryl most days. She plays games as well, and but it's just a nice way for us as a team to continue to talk to each other and get together. Well, even though it might just be through a chatting platform, it's just nice to be able to talk to each other and talk about our day and talk about our week and what's coming up and the events and what's happened on these events as well. And it's nice to share that information with the other hosts, and some hosts have not been to certain locations, so we can always say, right, go to this area,
you go next time.
So that's what's nice.
And you mentioned Cheryl, who lives in Milton Keynes. Does she can she go anywhere, or can any of you go anywhere in the country? Or
so we can go anywhere in the country, and we're breaking into Scotland at the moment.
Not literally.
Oh, you'll be all right.
I'll be fine. Of course, pandemic had a bit of an impact on that, but we are going back. We're hopefully getting to Edinburgh next year. We're going to be getting to see Mary King's Close, which I've done myself. I've investigated.
Love to do that place.
Beautiful place. It's ever such a weird, access to this. You go through, I think it's almost like a council building or the town hall, and they just take you down to a back stairs, and then it's a different city. It's a different city inside the underground. There's houses, there's streets. It's weird, but it's great. We're going to head into Nidri Vaults as well, and actually maybe even go and venture as a Dusk Till Dawn thing into Greyfriars Cemetery, where the catacomb or the tomb is of that guy. I can't remember his name now, but so hopefully next year we'll be doing that. We have the weekends away as well.
Pendle Hill that we're doing.
That'll be. I've never been there yet.
Oh, it's great.
Absolutely, it's very full on, but it's absolute recommended to go on. It's
action packed from the moment you start, or you get there to the moment you leave, and we stay in a haunted building.
It's just Jonathan not coming back up.
Oh, okay.
just so for the listeners, we've got the door wide open. My co-host Jonathan has taken two people down to the cell to record, but a little bit later on in the show that's going to be played, and here they come up now, sneaking up now. Now, you mentioned something before. Now, it made me want to think is, do all 7 of you ever go on a ghost hunt together as Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes, we do. So the headquarters for Dusk Till Dawn is in Nottingham, and one of our locations is the Old Edwardian School. So we get together as a team and we'll investigate that place. And actually, it's really nice to do that because it's outside of a working capacity at that point, and what we can do is we can let ourselves go a little bit. We can get a little bit frightened, a little bit scared. And
it's like-minded people getting together. So obviously on events you might have some people that are quite scared, but obviously we're all into this paranormal thing and the world. So we all do a bit of table tipping, really go for it, and things tend to happen quite dramatically.
I mean, I do get terrified, I'm not going to lie.
Welcome to my world.
Now,
sorry, go on, Steve.
No, but we do get.
There's one thing I've not asked you, and I'm not expecting you to be biased. Where's your favourite location, Steve?
My favourite location, I must admit, is Shepton Mallet. Shepton Mallet Prison. I think it's in Somerset. The activity we got in there that night that I went, it really creeped me out. I mean, we did a live just before the guests arrived. We could see somebody. I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. It was like footsteps running on the metal kind of balcony. Me and a couple of the hosts were sitting in a cell, and I could hear this guy, or I'm saying a guy, I could hear someone sitting beside me, so it creeped me out. There was a metal door, it was pretty thick, but it opened itself up. We closed it. I know we closed it, but wind could not have opened that. It just, I don't think it would be strong enough. You need a good bit of power in it. So Shepton Mallet, oh God, I can't wait to go back to that place. It's absolutely ripe with activity. Cracking place.
Now I want to go there. And yourself, Rob, where's your favourite place?
I've probably got 3 places.
3?
The first one that I would say is probably West Brom Jail. That place is just brilliant. Every time I go there I have to buy new glass for glass divination because it gets thrown at the wall in the cells.
So I can say new glasses then.
It's absolutely brilliant there. Something not right in the court. The second place I would say, which we don't do anymore, is Codner Farmhouse.
Best place.
There was something in the attic that's just not right. Tapping, and it was getting closer and closer and closer when we were in the side of one side of the farmhouse. We could hear women in the other side, so we moved to the other side, and then it followed us on the other side. Brilliant place. And then the Edwardian School, which can be, it's different each time I go, and I've found since coming back through the pandemic, there's been a lot more visuals, so people have seen, and every ghost that I've did there for quite a while now, balls of lights floating around in the art room. I've seen 10-foot figures in there, and one of the most scariest experiences that I've had in one of the corridors was there was me and Jess, another host. It was just before Christmas a couple of years ago, and we were calling out, and we asked the spirits to say, "Come on, can you make a noise?" And there was this tapping on the table in front, and I thought, it's got to be somebody, it's too obvious. So I said, turn the lights on, said it again, and it was tapping, and then we asked it to do it louder, and it punched the table and then went up the radiator and onto the roof, and we were absolutely gobsmacked by it. We were shocked, so we were like, right, that's enough, let's end the vigil. And we went back to the base room, and then we could hear this tapping again, and we were thinking, it's followed us to the base room. It turned out to be a tap, but it wasn't that. When we were doing the vigil, we just couldn't explain it. So me and Jess absolutely got shocked by it, the fact that it was literally punching this table and went up the wall and above us. But it's brilliant place.
You just can't explain that, can you?
Literally can't explain it. It's strange. I mean, there's been footsteps on the stage area.
The
table tipping's brilliant there as well.
A couple of weeks ago I had a light turn on its own and then just turn itself off. Now we put cups over sensors so that it doesn't set anything off, and the activity in that school is starting to increase, and I think what you said before, I think because of lockdown we're getting back out there and starting to interact with them. A couple of guests tonight, they had been at the school a few weeks ago, and they started one was crying, just really crying. We had it was it last week or the week before? I think I was at the school again. Guests crying. Like even when they were leaving, there was something in there that was making them feel emotional. So, yeah,
it's one to go to. I mean, I actually took my partner there on a private ghost hunt with some people, and he's not a very big believer at all. He's quite sceptic, but when he saw that ball of light, he couldn't explain it. He was shocked by it, completely shocked. And we did a team night there, and we were doing table tipping, and it actually, this old Victorian table actually scraped across the floor, but there was no way anybody could have moved it, and that he couldn't explain that at all either.
That's crazy. So that was your partner?
Yeah.
Do you love scaring your partner?
Yeah. Very much so.
Does he go on a lot of investigations with you? Or?
Not really. It's only been a few. But as I said, he's not very... he's quite sceptic with things, so he'll think of the logical side. But yeah, there's been times where he's thought, I actually can't explain that. And it scares him quite a bit, to the point where if we start speaking about it, I have to stop speaking about it now because it creeps him out too much.
There's a fellow in our work, Big Brian we call him, because he's like massive like that. And I was telling him an experience what happened to me only a couple of days back in the house, and he was like, don't tell me anymore. And seriously, if you insulted me, knocked it out, you'd be into next week.
Yeah.
That's how, and I'm thinking, how can you be so strong and so and be terrified of ghosts?
In fact, we had two people that were like very built, and we were at the Fire and Police Museum in Sheffield, and they were saying, come on, if you're here, like, touch us. And we said, like, just be careful what you ask for, because they were quite, what were they called? They were
full on.
Yeah, they were
shy,
really going for it, but they didn't believe, and both of them dropped to their knees in pain. And we said, well, what do you expect? Like, you've asked them to do something, they've done it. So yeah, it's nice sometimes when people are sceptic and then things happen to them.
Yeah,
obviously we're not out to sort of change the world and make people believe, because it's their own opinions. But yeah, it's quite funny when it happens.
And just before we finish, how can people get in touch with Dusk Till Dawn? How can they find out how to go on these paranormal investigations with you?
Okay, so we have a website, dusktilldawnevents.co.uk, and that has all the events that we do throughout the year, including our weekends away, our Edinburgh trips, and our local events as well. We also have a Facebook page, again, Dusk Till Dawn Events, and we advertise a lot on there as well. They can contact us themselves if they want to find out a little bit more about what locations that we do, a little bit more about I suppose the location they're wanting to visit. And actually, we always ask our guests as well, if you've got any new places you think we should be investigating, just get in contact with us. But as I said, dusktilldawnevents.co.uk, you can book yourself a little ghost hunt on there.
And we've got some like exclusive ones to us, like Bolton Castle.
Yeah,
that's exclusive.
It's in Yorkshire. It's
right.
Castle Bolton.
Bolton Castle in Yorkshire. Okay.
It's actually Castle Bolton.
Yeah, Castle Bolton.
So Mary Queen of Scots was kept there for 6 months. The place is absolutely gorgeous. I get given the keys, and that's me, a king for the night. It's still owned in the original family. It's not English Heritage or National Trust, so we do have a few exclusive ones, and we've got a new one coming up this month. Ripon Workhouse, I think, is in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure it'll be a good one.
Awesome, that's fantastic. And next time you come here, hopefully it'll be you two coming back, because
I actually wasn't supposed to be here tonight, but
you wasn't.
No, it was supposed to be Jordan. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah, sorry, Jordan. You're out now. It's now Rob and I'm looking at your name on here, Steve. Rob and Steve's place now, isn't it?
That's it.
And we'd love you to come back.
Yeah.
We really would. You've been fantastic tonight.
Thank you.
We've been down in the cells with you. We were gobsmacked in what we saw with the capos and that. Thoroughly enjoyed you being here tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed your guests. They've all been pleasant. And that's what we enjoy. You've got to come back.
Yeah,
and next time you come back, we'd love to record part of your investigation and put it on the show if we're allowed to do
Yeah, I'm
that.
sure
that'd be
that can be
brilliant.
arranged,
So-
definitely.
And in fact, maybe even talking to Jess about coming down here privately, maybe.
Yeah, that would be lovely as well.
But
But
the
no,
whole lot of yous.
As
Yeah,
like a
as a
team,
team.
maybe.
Oh, get yous all in here
Yeah.
before and after.
that's it. Well, honestly, Jamie, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
been
an
a
absolute pleasure.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great. And what we'll do then is, if you come back, mention this to them. We'll do a Dusk Till Dawn special where we'll have Ian's interviews, and then we'll do a full investigation with you and record the lot.
That sounds
I'm sure we'll be back in a couple of months then.
It won't be this year because we are so fully
Yeah,
booked,
I
you
bet,
wouldn't
I
believe
bet.
it. But get yourselves in for next year quickly.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely.
And it better let you go because you have got to travel back to Birmingham now.
Indeed, we have, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. You're up at. Oh, I'm so sorry I've kept you.
Nah,
No, I don't
okay.
apologise.
When this goes out, it's 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. But just so the listeners know, it's now 20 past 3 in the morning, and this is when we're interviewing her. Just so they know. Let them feel
course.
guilty that we're putting out a show.
I know. Yeah.
So thank you both for coming into the studio. Thank you both for spending the time with us, especially after you've just done 2 nights of investigations.
Yeah.
I hope you both have a really travelling back together.
Yeah, we travel
Yeah.
together.
Have a safe journey back,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and please send us your logos and that so we can get it on the poster.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
do that for you.
Again, thank you, Steve, for coming in, and
Thank
thank you, Rob, for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks.
All right, Jamie. So that was it. Just Till Dawn. Steve and Rob, they were really good, weren't they?
I know. What's the surnames?
Steve
Do you want the
McDonald,
paper?
Steve McDonald
Yeah.
and Rob Brelsforth. That's the one. You got me.
And you were laughing
Not-
at me.
Not fair, that.
Yeah, it was.
Get you back.
I know it was.
Yeah. No, they were good then. Really
They
interesting.
were.
Good lads.
They
And the stuff they got in the cellar when we went down.
Yeah, we were talking about just before the interview, weren't we?
Yeah.
When we went down in the cellar with them, we were invited
Yeah.
down, and with Louise and Louise,
Yeah.
and we were stood there. We stayed at the back because
Yeah, we
obviously it was
stayed
their
out the
night
way
and we
to
watched them
make-
and that. And Steve was calling out.
Yeah.
Well, both Steve and Rob were calling out, and you know we like watching what they were doing, and all of a sudden, the cat ball went off.
Yeah.
No one near it.
No.
They were circling it, but no one was near it.
No.
And it kept going off
Yeah.
at will.
And it had been there for a good few minutes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it was obviously it was there when they first went down. They put it down, but it wasn't going
Mm.
off straight away.
No, and I didn't really see it on the floor until it started flashing everywhere, so I didn't know it was out there.
Yeah.
But it kept going off. Even when they were asking questions, it was going off.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah. It was the men's with the public that were with them. It was them asking questions.
That's
as
right.
Well.
Yeah.
And it was going off.
But then the one in the
In the
middle room went
yeah.
off,
That's right.
and then it was like there's no one in that room. There was not a single person in that
No, there's
room,
no one in there now.
and that was kicking off, and then it was going from one to the other,
Yeah.
which was interesting as it was.
It was. Yeah.
And then I turned around and I said, the one in the middle room, where is it? And he went, well, we've moved the cot across to this side,
Yeah.
which was the side where I think Claire hangs around.
Yeah.
And I said, and they put the cap all underneath the cot.
Yeah. That's right.
So I said, do me a favour, just move it across to your right, to the other side of the room.
Yeah, over to the other side.
And put the cap all underneath it then, and it never went off.
Oh no, strange, eh?
It was. And then the one in the main hall was going off more than the other one.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
the other one didn't go off. And then what happened then is we decided to come back up to the studio then and let them carry on with the night.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. That was very, very interesting. And again, the cat balls. What's wrong?
Yeah. No, it's,
You getting the feeling that there's someone there?
yeah, outside that window. there.
Really?
But I feel like there's someone behind me.
Well, there's
Yeah.
the head.
Well,
Yeah.
no, more than the head.
Well, if there is, I want them to. We've got a cat ball outside the studio, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we
Which,
have, yeah.
if it goes off, it goes off.
Yeah.
What I'll say then is, if it goes off, is you lock up Jonathan, and I'll meet you at the car.
I was going to say I'd be
Yeah.
out before you, but I think I'll just stay in here.
At your age, you'd never get out before me. Well, no, it's interesting because a couple of times tonight. I mean, we're pre-recording a couple of shows, aren't we? And tonight the atmosphere's now it's just gone really cold all of a sudden, but the atmosphere changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And it's changed again just this minute ago.
I mean, we had a couple of noises tonight.
We have, yeah.
Recording another show, didn't we?
Yeah, which is later on, yeah. But we were talking about Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. So I was really, really impressed, you know.
Oh, I was. And
really impressed.
The two lads were really professional.
Yeah.
And really, genuinely nice people.
Yeah. The activity they got down in that cellar was brilliant.
Well, yeah, I was taken aback by that.
Yeah, really, really good.
And,
they had K2 as well. The K2 was going off as well.
Oh, at the same time, that's right. Yeah.
So it's like the same time as the cat ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't going up to red. I think it was only staying. It goes like green.
Green, yeah.
Like yellow, orange, doesn't it? And
yeah.
I think it was only going like up to the second green. You keep looking behind me.
I know, because now I've got like that. There's someone watching us thing.
Right, okay.
But it's behind you and you, so I'm not worried. It'll be you while it pulls backwards, not me.
That's alright.
I'm safe where I am, you're not.
Yeah. Well.
So if a big hand comes in and grabs you, I'm knackered. Well, you're knackered, I'm watching.
But you'll be left on your own.
I never thought that through, did I?
Face
really?
changed then.
Yeah, I never thought that through. So anyway, changing the subject quickly.
Yeah.
Your investigation is coming up soon. Your very first investigation.
Yeah,
with Louise and Louise
in the little cellar.
In the little cellar, they had never done an investigation until tonight when we invited them along for the show.
That's right.
Well, it's the second show, isn't it? Really, because we've done this recording for them.
Yeah.
And you went off. I can't remember what I was doing. I don't even know why I was. I was interviewing Dusk Till Dawn, wasn't I?
You was, yeah. Something's just touched my hand.
Has it? That's what happened to me before. Remember what I was saying?
Earlier on, yeah.
Well, tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's have a call out. But while we're doing a call out, let the listeners listen to you, Louise and Louise, down in the cellar. So this is them on their very first investigation. Hope you enjoy it.
Right, okay, so we're in the little cellar and I'm with Louise and Louise. Okay, I'm going to do a little invest and see if we can pick anything up. So if you're ready, do you want to turn the torch off and we'll call out? Yeah? Yeah. Right, okay. So you can see how dark it is down here, can't you?
Yeah.
I know you came down here on the event that was on the other week for the story, but did they have the lights fully off?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
They had the candles on there.
Ah, right, so there was a little bit of candlelight.
Yeah,
so as you can see, I can't hear. I mean, I know you're right in front of me.
Yeah.
I cannot see you at all.
The only thing I can see is that red light
Yeah, the
on
red
you.
dot.
So, oh yeah, the red light there. I was wondering what that was then myself. Okay, so you can't even see the stairs, can we? And there's no lights on upstairs. Right, okay. So, if you hear a noise or anything comes into your head, just say what it is.
Okay.
Don't feel silly or anything like that, just let us know. Okay, so is there anyone down here in the cellar with us now? If you can make a sound, or if you could touch one of us, really appreciate it. And just for the listeners, you might hear some footsteps above us, and there's a group in. But we do know the difference between paranormal noises and the people above. So rather you're sensing anything in here?
I heard a tapping sound before you started recording. That was
You mentioned that, yeah.
It was two taps, but
obviously I've not had anything since.
Yeah. That is people walking up above
Yeah.
in the corridor.
But I did hear 2 taps near the stairs.
Yeah, and there was no one around then.
No,
No.
nobody at all.
So we'll just wait for that to go past. Okay, so is there anyone down in the cellar with us now? If you can make a sound, if you could tap, if you could touch one of us.
But just before you said that, I did see something go past, like a light. But I don't know if any of you two seen it.
I didn't say
Literally
anything. I
just
had my
went straight
headphones.
past. Yeah,
Where
went straight
about
past.
Louise?
Where you're standing, I'd say, so your left side,
Yeah.
and then it went straight in front of me and Lou. It just went straight past.
Right, okay.
I was just
Okay.
like, keep looking to try and find and
Yeah.
work it out a bit more.
See, I've been down here a few times, and I know certain things that have happened every time I've been down here.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what they are.
Mhm.
So if you pick up on any of them,
Mhm.
then I'll let you know then.
Yeah.
And do any of you want to call out?
Go on, Louise.
Is anyone here with us? Could you maybe tap on the wall for me?
We're not here to harm you. We're here to be respectful, but could you please make yourself known to us?
I know it sounds daft, but it feels like it's getting darker
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
darker
Yeah.
and darker.
I
My
do
knees
feel
are
like I'm being
freezing.
watched.
Yeah. My knees are freezing. Like really, really cold. Like someone's got their hands on my knees and just squidging, and it's like cold.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And yet my legs are really warm.
yeah,
My hands have gone cold.
no,
but
my
my-
legs are cold and my hands are.
My
everything
left
else is warm.
hand is going
But my
cold.
top half is cold, but my
Yeah.
legs are really warm.
I can just feel it on my left hand. A nice cool breeze.
Is there anyone down here with us now? Are you affecting us? Are you making us feel like this? I'm here with respect. Really want to talk to you. Right, I've just had my hair touched. Thank you.
I can feel the difference in the atmosphere.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my left legs are really cold.
Right, okay, that's good. Right, we're here with respect, so thank you very much for anything that you do. You can touch us gently, that's absolutely fine. And we don't have a problem with that. My face is going all tingly on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go and affect Lewis and Louise? Can you go and touch one of them? They're friends of ours. They're friends of this building. And they come with respect as well. And they only want to communicate with you. Can you tap them on the shoulder or touch their hair?
I've just seen that light go past you.
Do you know what I mean now? The light.
The light's just gone right past you to your left.
Oh, to me?
Yeah. To
Right,
your
okay.
left.
I mean, there's no light down here
No, there's
No.
nothing.
whatsoever.
It was like a blue light that's just gone right past you to your left.
Okay. Thank you for showing us this. Can you tell one of us your name? Would that be okay? Come whisper your name in one of our ears. So I feel like it's all like closing in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said that, it felt like something dark was going in. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It's strange, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it feels like we're being boxed in.
Mm.
Mm.
It doesn't feel like there's much space. It's just.
No,
us
I feel like,
three.
do you feel like your eyes are starting to shut up, like completely
Yeah.
closed, you can't see anything?
Yeah.
Like even that red light, they keep filling up, like they don't want to look at the light at all.
Yeah. It's a strange feeling.
There's something around us.
Yeah. We mean no harm.
I've just heard a tap.
Okay.
It was very faint. It was
Mhm.
so faint. It was.
It'll probably the recorder will probably pick that up.
Yeah.
So don't worry if it's very faint. It will pick up. Can we hear your footsteps on the floor? Or can you show yourself? If you've already shown yourself in life form, thank you for that. Can you do it again but make it brighter?
I'm feeling like a bit wobbly.
Yeah, I felt.
Do ya?
wobbly.
Yeah, really, really wobbly and quite warm now again.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm literally swaying back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm really swaying now.
Okay, is that you? Are you affecting us now?
My legs feel jelly. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I feel like there's someone on my left side touching my left arm, my upper arm. I also feel like there's someone next to you, Lewis.
I've just felt something very lightly on my right shoulder, and there's a tap right behind me.
Yeah, it'll be that side of you as well. I can see.
Yeah, tap right behind me again. And it, yeah, my boxing my eyes into
Yeah.
that light.
Yeah. Thanks very much for all what you're doing. I do appreciate it. It doesn't mean you any harm,
It's weird, that feeling's gone again now.
has it?
Yeah, it's strange. It's like it boxed me into the light, and now
Yeah.
it's relieved. It's gone.
How you feeling, Louise?
Just before you all said that, it felt like something not like touched my cheek, but faintly brushed past it.
Right, okay,
On
that's
the
good.
right side of my cheek.
That's good. Remember I was saying earlier,
Oh, there you go. That feeling's gone back again
Yeah.
now.
when it's happened before in here,
Mm-hmm.
it usually touches your face
Yeah.
or your hair
Mm-hmm. I've gone really, really
Yeah.
warm, really bad now.
or your
Like really bad.
I'm quite warm.
oh no, I've gone freezing cold. I don't
No,
like that
really
as well.
warm.
Okay. Okay, if that's you affecting me, do you just want to step away a bit?
It's gone so dark.
Can you just step away a bit, please?
I'm leaning
I've gone
forward.
freezing behind my legs.
Just take that effect off me, please. Just back off. Thank you.
I've gone quite wobbly again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm freezing behind
Mhm.
my legs. Absolutely freezing. And then I've just seen literally blue light you were on about right on you, Jonathan, right by your shoulder. Your left
Yeah, I've
shoulder.
just seen a blue light as well.
Right, okay. I definitely felt like there was something then.
Yeah.
That was like, I don't know, something like when you get goosebumps,
Mm-hmm.
but it was literally all over me and coming round my neck as well. So it wasn't very nice. That's why I was telling it to back off a
Yeah.
bit.
I think I've just seen something in the doorway then. As soon as
Right.
you lifted that up, it looked like a shadow behind the door.
Right, okay.
It feels calm.
I don't feel calm.
I feel like it feels calm right at this minute, or calmer than it has.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm swaying again now.
Do you want to call out?
No. Do you want to say it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Not really.
You okay?
I don't know. It's like I'm not allowed to speak, if that makes sense.
Right, okay.
Let me just breathe a little bit.
Are you affecting
Like,
Louise?
I can't speak, it's weird. It's like it's not letting me speak.
Right, okay then. Okay. Right, so whoever it is that's in the room with us now, we're here with respect. We're not going to harm you at all. All we want to do is speak to you. Communicate with you, find out who you are and why you're here. Please don't affect us in that way, and that you don't let us speak. If you'd like to tell us your name or why you're here, then please let us know. You can either whisper it to us, you can whisper into the device that's recording the sound, you can tap one of us, or you can make a noise. You can tap on the wall or the floor.
As soon as you said that, I heard the tap.
Right, okay, that's good. Can you make that tap again, please? Make it louder. Just so we know where you are. Come on, come forward, please. Come forward and communicate with us.
There was a tap again then. Sure there was.
Okay.
It could have been upstairs, but it sounded like it was behind me.
It just seemed like a little light by you then.
Or by me.
Yeah.
It did sound like it was behind me.
Can you show yourself? Can you show yourself in life form to us?
Weirdly enough, I've just seen something to the corner of my eye.
Okay, that's good.
Quite faint.
We're not here to hurt you, we just want to help and understand a bit more.
We are here with respect. Could you please make another tapping sound so we know where you are?
Right, I've just seen a
I
light.
don't like that.
What?
Like it felt like it's something dark, just went over in between and then looked and then I've had to turn away.
Oh.
What?
Did you move then?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Right, okay.
Did you just see what I think I've just seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know, it's all like that at all. That's like a... I'm seeing like a shadowy figure.
Yeah. That's what I see.
I'm feeling a little bit heavy.
Right,
It's like it's slightly to my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Behind me, but to my left.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's only one side of me that's getting the weird feeling. It's not the whole of my back, it's my left side.
Yeah. Okay then. Still feel comfortable?
I feel comfortable.
How about you, Louise?
I'm a bit in between.
Bit
I
in
think just
between.
because of that then. And I'm getting cold now, right on my hands now, because of that. Literally as I've just, oh, wow.
Did you move then?
No, I'm
No.
keeping still. I've just felt up, and then my hair feels like it's being touched now as well.
It's
I
okay.
just felt a brush of cold air.
That's what I've just felt on my hands then.
It was like a cold air
Yeah.
past my face, but
But then it's probably went into me then. By
yeah, possibly.
Yeah. So, I mean, just for the listeners, we still can't see.
No.
It's pitch black.
All I know is that you're in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of feet in front of me. It's pitch black, but I can still see movement, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing movement in front of you.
Yeah.
Definite movement.
I can't
coming
see
in and out.
movement. So it's just hard though, because there's so many things going on at once.
It's like it's got, like, I don't know, very I would say busy.
Mm.
If you like.
it's moving around us, all
Yeah.
three of us.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way I can describe it is that it's moving around in such a way. I think there's more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something to that in between me and you.
Yeah.
At the moment, I can see it to me right. Slightly. Yeah, it's.
See what I mean?
I looked to me right then from the corner of my eye, and I had to look to you again.
Yeah.
It's tall.
Right.
It'd
Okay.
explain a lot from when we were in the other one,
Yeah.
if that's the case. Because that's what it feels like.
It could be the same figure that we saw down there.
Right.
It
okay.
did look tall.
I've just seen something like
Yeah.
swirl around in front of you, Louise,
I thought so.
or where I think you are.
Yeah. I can feel it. 100%.
It's
Okay.
weird. It's like this overwhelming feeling again.
But it's like someone's towering, like 6-7 foot in the air, towering and looking over me. That's how
I
it
felt
feels.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just-
yeah.
That is how, and I'm getting shaky now. Am I okay to leave? I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable.
Okay. Should we move to a different area then?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I just.
No, I didn't realise. Right.
That we were all stood in the middle.
Yeah.
Where did you think we were?
I thought you were further back.
That's what I'm saying. But it
So that's what you. Is that where it was
like-
that you could see it?
It
Yeah.
went like that. Wherever it was like that.
But where I
That's
saw it
what
then
I-
was there.
Right.
it
I
was
was
like
seeing
that.
definite figure there.
What here?
Right. But I thought you were more. there.
No.
And I thought this.
No.
I thought you were right by
at
the
one
stairs.
point, but I took 2 steps forward and I stayed there.
See, my hands have been like this the whole time.
But-
Do you know the strangest thing is though, right? We've been down here. We've done a couple of little invests down here, and as I say, not many people come down into this little cellar. The couple of times we've been down, we always end up huddled in
Yeah.
the middle of the room.
And that's what I felt
Oh,
like.
so
it was
that's the
trying to-
weird part about it, that we're all in the
Yeah.
same place.
That is the
Yeah.
very weirdest thing, and
It's like it's huddling.
it always
Everyone
happens.
together.
So it's like
It boxes you
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
it is. It's like it's that feeling that you get where it's like,
It's like-
you're all closed in.
It's like a paranoia effect as well, isn't it?
It
Because
is, but you end up in this little
Yeah.
huddle in the
Mm.
middle. It's strange.
Why does it like to box you in?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't
'Cause
explain
even that,
it.
then it's like you just said you've seen the thing swirl round, and then it's like that
The
middle
first-
bit.
It was like it swelled like that, Louise. It's like it's like it come from
legs just gone
from-
goosey.
from like your top of your head
That's what I'm saying.
and
the
like
towel.
right
Oh,
down.
I've just got
Yeah.
goosebumps right down
Yeah.
the spine. Oh.
It's a strange
But
little room,
It would
isn't it?
explain like what I seen in the other one. Do you know, like 6-7 foot figure thing?
The first
Yeah,
time-
it's like over you,
That's what I'm
towering
First
over.
tap
But
I
that's
heard
what I
was
seen
here.
when I first came here.
The
In
first
that room, and
Right.
it was only me and this other girl that seen it. No one else seen it, and you could tell the girl that was in front of it. She
Yeah.
was moving around. You could see her, but you knew something was behind her, and no one was behind her. And that's what doesn't make sense. So I
Okay,
knew
yeah.
that it wasn't anyone else.
Strange, isn't it?
The
And
way-
then ever since then, it's like it's obviously still doing the same thing, hovering
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But it's in between me and you
Yeah.
again.
Because it's like it poked its head in then, to the other side then. It was like,
Well, That's what I
Doing the
felt it was
peeking
doing
thing.
at the other side of the river. So it was
Yeah.
sort of like
What,
it
peeking
was,
over my
yeah.
shoulder?
yeah, but and then it was coming in and coming between, and then
Is that when you asked
dipping
it to
back
step
out.
forward?
yeah.
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 and then coming back in and dipping back
So
out.
what was it you felt? Was it just round your neck?
My whole body, it was
Yeah.
like goosebumps. The back of my legs, all the way up, all my back, all my arms. But then it started coming around my neck.
Oh my god.
Oh, so it was like brushing its way up.
Yeah. I just didn't like it at
Yeah.
all. It wasn't a nice feeling whatsoever.
see, mine was like, back of my legs were freezing, all my legs there were cold, and then I was getting this overwhelming feeling of being on fire again like before.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because my heart was going then, because I was like,
Yeah.
this isn't
Yeah,
right,
of
this
course.
is not my temperature, what's going on? Like
Yeah.
anyone would as a
Yeah,
human.
that's right, isn't it?
And the first tap I heard was about you.
So
And
I
then
think
Yeah.
it's
when you asked it to tap
yeah.
again, it sounded like it was by them.
So it like moved around.
Yeah. Because
But it's like
it sounded like
So
it was
it-
touching this.
It sounded like it was sort of like
It almost sounded
moving
like that.
around the
Yeah.
outside. It wasn't getting.
It wasn't so much that sound, but it was around that.
So it was trying to see what's going on and
Mhm.
Because
Interested.
it's still cold. Now I've gone back to normal, it's cold again now.
yeah.
Like when you first enter, like when it was
Yeah.
normally cold.
But yeah, I went really, really warm at one point,
Yeah.
almost as if it was hugging me.
Well, my legs were warm at one
Mm.
point, but my body
Yeah.
and my arms were
It's like it
freezing.
switches different, whenever
Yeah.
it is, it's switching all the
It
time.
was
Yeah.
weird because 1 minute I'm warm, but then just
Yeah,
I had
it switches.
goosebumps right down my spine to my
Yeah.
legs. The hairs on my legs was stood up.
Strange, isn't it?
But it's strange, like she said, that we were all boxed in the middle of it.
But even
Yeah.
that talking thing, like
I know.
couldn't get me, that was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, it
And
wouldn't-
normally I'm
it's like it
fine, I can
wouldn't
get-
let you
yeah.
Has that happened to anyone that you've been down here before?
Not in here, but I've known it before to happen.
I just
It has
couldn't
been
get
known to happen.
Jonathan, before we go on to the talking about that cellar part, we were going to do a little bit of a mini investigation, but we changed our mind because while we were sitting here, we heard in the room what sounded like 2 footsteps.
Yeah, but well, it sounded like it was near enough right next to me, but it was
Yeah,
there's a chair next to me, an empty chair. That was my chair.
that was your
sorry.
chair.
It was by the empty chair, but you could hear the footsteps
Mm.
on the floor.
I heard them because you thought they were me, and I said, no,
thought
it's
it
not
was you
me.
moving your feet,
No, definitely 100% it wasn't me.
and it weren't you, and I wasn't
No.
moving. It was definitely like the other side of that chair.
Did you hear it again then?
Did you hear that?
I did. That might have been picked up as well. I'm hoping it has. That was me then. Are you in here with us now? If you are, can you make a sound? Have you come to listen to the show? Would you like to say hello? There's a microphone here. I'm going to turn that microphone up. I know it sounds silly, but if you'd like to talk into that microphone, you can do. Even when we're having a conversation, if you want to talk. Do you hear it tapping again then?
No.
There's something in here with us now.
Definitely something here. Definitely.
Because I felt something on my hand, and then a couple of minutes
Well-
ago, you turned around while I was
Yeah.
sorting this out and said, something just touched my hand,
Yeah.
and that's all in the same room.
But that was about an hour gap between that. About half an hour
Yeah.
between that.
Anyway, let's carry on with the show.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
It does, yeah.
And just so the
I mean,
listeners
I've
know as well,
moved.
we've got the door open as well, haven't we? And we've got a cat ball out there, but that hasn't budged at all. No, look now. If there's someone in here, if you don't want to talk on the microphone, out there's a cat ball. If you want to go out there and move that ball, and the lights will flash, and we'd appreciate it if you've done that, and then you can come back in and sit with us.
Yeah.
If that happens,
Yeah.
I'm staying here tonight.
Have a chat with us.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
Going to the cellar where you were.
It's really do you know the most interesting part of it, Jamie?
Mhm.
I mean, we've only done in that cellar a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think it was the last time we were in there with Jane.
A couple of months ago, that wasn't it?
Yeah. But do you remember how we were quite spread out?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we put the torch on when we finished. We were all in the middle.
That's right.
Well,
We were like closing up together, weren't we?
yeah. Well, that happened. Now, I never mentioned it to... Is that your stomach then?
No. That was next to me, wasn't it?
Yeah, I never mentioned that to Louise and Louise.
Yeah.
And when we put the torch on right at the end, when we finished, we were near enough on top of each other in the middle.
So you
All huddled
closed
up.
in again, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that cell is a really good one, isn't it? I know it's not
It
open
is.
to the public or anything like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, it's really
but
good.
it's good when you can get in there. It's a good one to go into.
Yeah. Interesting. We had a few noises as well, a few
Mm.
taps.
Yeah.
And as you heard, Louise was affected as well.
Hmm.
So it was good.
And they're quite. I'll tell you what, with them two, they're really good at what they, joining in and
They
being
are,
part of it. I mean, that was their first night with us,
I know.
and they were really, really good.
Really, what?
Something just touched my head.
Oh God. I know. Just got the weirdest feeling.
Seriously.
No, the weirdest feeling.
Yeah.
Like someone's just walked through me. I'm not even joking. Ugh.
Oh my God, you've got goosebumps everywhere.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. We are sorry about this, but we were doing a show from a haunted location. That's alright. It was me wire.
Oh no, it was like.
But something
like
did
some-
touch my head.
Yeah, but it was just before you said that. It's like they just walked straight through me,
And
now I'm freezing on this side.
right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh my word!
Because things are going off anyway. We'll sit here. We're going to let the listeners listen to the second part of your one. Do you want to give a quick explanation before we go across?
Yeah. So we went up to the classrooms,
Mm-hmm.
into the main classroom, and we did get a bit of activity in there. We were getting some taps,
Mm-hmm.
and we got some good responses. And Lewis and Louise were seeing shadows on the wall
Right.
above the door.
Well, don't tell us any
I
more,
won't.
because we're a bit nervous at the moment.
We are.
So let's let the listeners get a little bit nervous, and they can listen to you over in the classroom with Lewis and Louise.
Yeah. Okay, so we've moved into the classroom. Let's see if we get any activity in here. You've not done an investigation there before, have you?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, that's gone off now. Okay, let's just let that device go off. There we go. Okay, so I'm calling for all the spirits of the building of Mill Street. Could you come forward, please?
There's something peeking through the door.
Something peeking through the door.
There's a slight little gap in the doorway.
Right, okay. Okay, that's good.
Something
It is-
just walked right past me.
Okay, so it is very dark in here. We've got two cat balls. I think we've got one by the fire escape door, and there's one on a desk by the door where we came in, yeah?
Yeah,
We've
something
got a-
walked right past me again.
I've just seen a light on the ceiling then. And, I mean, you can see for yourselves there's no light can get in this room.
Yeah.
Seen like a little bright white light. I've just seen a shadow go across the top of the... I don't know whether you can see... No, I've seen another light over there then. But I did see a shadow. No, if you look above the door,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can see like a little strip of light
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
above.
Now it's blocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It keeps blocking out.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen something in front of us, then between us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm closing my eyes now. I want to rely on other senses.
Right, so there's lots of movement.
Mm-hmm.
We mean you no harm
I've just seen a flash by your desk.
at my desk.
Either yours or the one in front of it.
Yes, I have to. Took a green light.
Mm-hmm.
That's so strange.
Right, thank you for making contact with us. If you can come forward.
Whoa.
What?
Shadow figure, door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Really tall shadow figure.
See, now normally I'd say with a door, when you see through the side of a door like that it's your eyes playing tricks.
But it's really not.
But when because it is still open a little bit, and there's an emergency light outside, but there's a strip of light above which comes. Yeah, there's a strip of light above
Yeah.
which comes from the little gap in the door.
Yeah,
When
I've
that
seen
is
something-
getting blocked out,
Someone's there again.
I've just seen something walk straight past.
Yeah. It's almost like its arm is
It's like it was
covering.
going towards
the
the
door.
meter.
yeah,
It's like it was going towards that, but then it won't touch it, if that makes sense.
yeah,
It's like it knows it's there, but it won't touch it.
okay.
Can you make the cat ball light up, please?
So there's two little light up devices, they won't do you any harm whatsoever. Just little balls that'll flash, make nice coloured light if you touch them. So any of the children are here, you want to play with one of them little balls, and feel free. Won't do you any harm.
You know what you said before when it was in the cellar, where you feel like it's gone darker?
It's going
I
darker.
can see the shadow figure, and I can also see that it's gone really. Oh my god, that shadow figure's gone closer. It's gone darker in here.
Yeah.
Come on, come play with one of the little devices that are around the room. Or can you tap? You make a noise
Right in front of me.
right in front of you.
I feel like I'm spinning slightly, but I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I feel like me whole body is like swaying. You know, like when you feel like you're drunk, but you're not.
Yeah, right. So
I
got
feel
lots. Do you know it's strange? Got lots of movement, but it's high up.
Yeah.
Where I'm seeing all this movement, like shadows. But it's like they're flying it everywhere, in all directions. I've seen shadow figures in here before, which I mean, you didn't know that, did you?
No.
No.
What was that?
I think that was me.
I really feel like I'm spinning.
Like you're spinning. How do you feel, Louise?
I'm a bit like in between, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel I'm being pushed one way, but then another way. It's like a tug of war thing.
Right, okay.
I feel like I've just been brushed right by my eye. Weird.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to call out Louise. Do
Okay.
you want me to tell you why now or afterwards?
After when we've left.
Okay, right.
I keep hearing a female.
You keep hearing a female.
Female twice.
Okay,
Come
that's
on.
good.
If anyone is here with us, we mean you no harm. Could you please use the cat balls on the floor or the REM meter? Just to know that you're here with us. We don't mean any harm at all. Just want to make sure that you are okay and that you're here with us still. Also, if there's any children here, we mean you no harm as well.
Yeah, I can definitely see a smaller shadow figure, but I can see a taller one. It looks like a female.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could just see a skirt. But now it feels like there's something poking its head round as well, near the door.
Like popping its head in.
Yeah. We mean you no harm. We're here with respect. Can you please touch the REM pod or make one of the balls light up, please? Or even tap on the desk?
I feel like my jacket's being pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, so when you're moving like a jacket, you normally feel it, don't you? But I'm not moving any of my arms.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but then again.
Okay.
I'm really hot again now. I'll be back. I'm burning. I'll be back. Someone's touching me back.
Let's get the back off slightly.
Please back off. I don't mean you any harm.
I've just had a tap right behind me.
Can you tap on one of the desks like this for us, please? You know you can make contact with us. Can you tap like this, please? If you'd like to make contact with us, can you tap on a desk? Or move a chair? Or can you tap on the wall? I thought that wall was right behind me, it's not.
If someone's behind me, can you please move away slightly, please?
Can you take that effect off Louise, please? Just back off, move away.
You did say before that females would enjoy this room, like slightly, you know, the intimidation because it's a man's room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reason is it was the boardroom.
Yeah.
It's basically females weren't allowed.
Yeah.
So it was like in the...
Something's just gone right past that door.
Mm-hmm.
And it went up.
The way some of the spirits may see it is that this was only a male
Yeah.
room.
I understand that.
No females allowed.
Do you reckon that's why
Mm-hmm.
they went over to her to inspect why she's here?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was weird, that I literally just seen it go past the door and up
Okay,
in a diagonal.
brilliant. Come on, can you make a sound, please? Can you tap once like this? If you don't mind us being in this room, or if you'd like us to leave the room, you have to tap twice like that. So tap once if you want us to stay, and tap twice if you'd like us to leave. Well, we're here with respect. So we'd like you to respect us as well. We're only trying to communicate with you. And try and find out your name. My name's John.
My name's Louis.
And my name's Louise.
If you feel like you could like to communicate with one of us, please go up to that person, tap them on the shoulder, move the chair, do something in your way to let us know where you are. Just getting lots of movement.
If you want me to leave this room, light up some equipment and I'll leave for you.
By the door. It's blocking off the top of the light again.
Okay.
No, it's by the doorway again.
Yeah.
Would you like us to leave the room? If so, can you light up any equipment?
Come on, if you light one of them little balls up, we'll leave. And we'll leave you in peace. And leave you be.
It's just stood in the doorway.
Well, I know there's been a lot of people here tonight. Which is really good. It's good for the building. We're not asking you to perform. We just want to make contact with you. If you'd like us to leave, can you just make a sound or go near one of them little balls and we'll leave. I feel like I'm getting like a mist in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can see some of that. How do you feel now though? Okay.
I just don't feel right at all.
Probably to do with the fact that this
It's
is
the same
on.
if it's like something in your back and there's a figure standing next to me on your left hand side as well.
I think it's because it's just a male room.
I know.
Hmm.
Did you hear that one?
Mm-hmm.
What was
Is
it?
that was like on the floor?
Oh, that wasn't one of yours?
No.
Okay.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was me. Because it sounded like shuffling on the floor.
Yeah. Come on, we know you're here. You make a sound that we can all hear. Make it loud. Would you like to speak to us?
I'm just at the top.
Can you tap again and make sure it's loud so we can all hear? If you'd like to speak to us, can you tap once, please?
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you be able to tap?
That was 2 taps.
2.
Yeah.
Does that mean no then?
There's 1 tap.
Okay, if you'd like to speak to us, could you tap once for yes and twice for no?
One tap. It's behind me to tap in.
There
Okay,
was only one tap.
so that was yes.
Yeah.
Could you tell us your name, please? And tell one of us your name. And tap once for yes, twice for no. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
That was in front of me.
that was once.
Thank you.
Sounded like a boot, didn't it?
Mm. Is there more than one of you in the room with us now, please?
That was me.
Was it you?
So if there's more than one of you in the room with us now, you tap once for yes, twice for no. Did you hear that?
Yeah. There's more than one. We know
Thank you so much. Are you happy for us to be in this room? The three of us to be in this room, are you happy? Tap once for yes, twice for no. Nothing then, was there?
that. Are you happy for us to be in this room?
Are you still with us? Tap once for yes and twice for no. That doesn't make sense, does it?
There was a tap.
Could you show yourself in life form to us? Tap once for yes and twice for no.
Seems to be next to me. I keep hearing tapping next to me.
Next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which side?
My right. It's in between me and Lou. But that would go with what Lou said before. She feels like it's next to her left shoulder.
Mm.
It'd be my right shoulder and her left.
Now it feels like someone's touching me again. I've just seen a figure again.
Whereabouts, Louise?
By the door. Do you know the other door? Not the front one, the side one.
Oh, the one by me.
Closest to you, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers for that.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Are you happy for us to be in this room? Tap once for yes, twice for no. I heard one tap.
Okay. So can you show yourself to us? Whether that be in shadow or life form, some sort of light. Can you tap once for yes, twice for no?
She's gone past the door. In front of us.
Did you hear the tap?
I heard one tap. It sounded like a footstep.
Yeah, because I felt it under my foot.
Oh, two
Oh.
steps.
Thank you very much. Roll what you're doing.
It's by the door again, right in front of us. It's just like stepped to the side of the door. Thank you. Could you please light up some of the equipment as well? Did you hear that?
I heard that then.
The devices won't harm you. They'll just light up to let us know that you're here.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the next classroom.
So what do you think of your first invest then?
It's been quite action packed. You're not short of any experience anyway, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
There's always something that's going to happen.
How about you, Louise?
Yeah, I think that it is very active and you can tell that, and I think when you go in the same rooms you can feel a different energy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel calm anyway.
It's calm.
But you know there's a lot around you.
There's a lot of movement, an awful lot of movement.
It's calm for me and you, but it's not for Lou.
me at all.
Yeah.
But because we're male, it's probably that.
That would make sense,
We're
you
trying
see.
to stand that, yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Would you like us to leave the room?
Tap once for yes and twice for no.
That was a tap.
Did you get a tap, yeah?
I had one tap. Which would mean that they do want us to leave.
Yeah. Right. We're quite happy to leave you be, leave you in peace. And we'd like to thank you very much for communicating with us tonight. We really, really do appreciate that. So thank you,
Thank you very much.
and we'll see you again soon.
Well, Jonathan, it's been a bit of a strange one, this. As we're listening to Lewis and Louise on their first investigation, we're in the studio here in Mill Street Barracks, and things are starting to happen.
Yeah.
At least we've only got 6 minutes of the show left.
I know, in
And
a
then,
nice
yeah.
way.
Yeah, but even when we were listening to that, listening back to it,
I know.
we thought we heard something over the microphone.
Yeah,
But
I
it-
definitely heard it.
Oh, what?
Did you hear that then again?
No,
So it's just me.
just you that time.
Yeah, that was the same noise.
If you are here, make a sound, because we haven't got long left now. We don't mind you being here. We don't mind you being our guest. And if you want to make a sound, feel free to. Oh dear. It's kind of creepy looking out that door in the pitch black there. But that was a good little bit of an invest down in that up in the classroom, wasn't it?
Do you not
I'm-
hear that then?
No, I'm not getting a response off Jonathan here because he can hear things outside. Hello?
Do you want to come in? You come and sit down.
Anyway, we'll carry on anyway.
Yeah, we'll carry on.
It was a good classroom session that with
That's my chair. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
it was.
I mean, considering it's the first time they've been in there and they've done the invest in there, we got
But,
quite a
yeah.
few little taps and noises, and it's strange. I was explaining, you know, when you look through the crack in that door in that classroom,
Yeah,
door,
yeah.
and the light sort of goes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
like
think-
an
I think-
optical illusion kind of thing.
I think it is just a trick with your eyes.
Mm,
But it was different because with the door being just ever so slightly open, there was a gap at the top, and the gap at the top with the emergency light outside was shining the light up
yeah.
onto the ceiling. But it was the light on the ceiling that was blacking out,
Oh, right.
not in the sides of the door. Well, I think it did in the side of the door for Lewis, but because I knew what that was, I explained that. But it was the light above the door,
Right.
on the ceiling itself,
Yeah.
not in the crack where the door is, but on the actual ceiling where the light was coming through.
Right.
That was blacking out. So that was strange in itself.
And how did they feel about being in there?
Apprehensive, I think. So
Well, one of them's quite experienced, not experienced, quite open-minded. They're not frightened. They don't seem to be frightened, do they?
Not frightened.
They're quite happy to jump in at the deep end.
Yeah.
I know I'm a bit uncomfortable at the moment because what's going on?
Freezing cold on my
Have you?
What?
I just think there's something out there.
I know. Me too.
If you're out there, make the cat ball move, make it flicker, or the ball on the floor, make that move. I mean, we haven't got long of the show left, really, but
no. But it was really interesting. In the classroom, quite active, to be honest. There was a footstep, the noise of a foot going on the floor.
What's that?
But it was under my desk, and I felt the floor move. I actually felt the floor move.
We'll be having to follow you up here.
Lewis and Louise were sort of on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
We were against that store, where the storeroom bit is. We're against that wall, where all the uniforms are. Where it's part the partition.
Oh, right, I've got you.
So we were
I'm
against
trying to
that
think of it then.
partition wall.
Yeah.
So I was nearest where the door to the other classrooms is.
Yeah.
Lewis and Louise were sort of more in the corner of the room. So it definitely wasn't one of them.
Well, I'm glad they enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah, it was really good.
So that was a good little show, that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe how quickly the time's gone. And I'm to be honest with you, I'm glad tonight because I just want to get out the building for a bit because it's getting a little bit tense, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what I'd like to say is, I'd like to say to James and Rob.
Yeah. Steve and Rob.
Steve and Rob. Why did I say James? Because James was in last week.
Yeah.
Steve and Rob from Dusk Till Dawn for joining us on the show.
Yeah,
they were brilliant. And also to Lewis and Louise.
Yeah.
For getting out there, being brave, especially with you.
I know.
And enjoying a little bit of an investigation. So tune in next week and good night.
Good night.